One day in history, someone asked God, give me a home where the buffalo roam, and thus God made McAlester. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mike Deak Field in beautiful McAlester, Oklahoma. Looks like the sun is shining through onto the bright turf of Mike Deak Field, and looks like as of right now, the rain is supposed to stay away as we have this non-district matchup between the Oktaha Tigers, the number 3 team in 2A, and your McAlester Buffaloes, 3-1 right now on the season. Again, this is going to be a pretty good day for baseball if we can get this in before the rain comes in. It looks like the rain is supposed to begin at 9 tonight. In the meantime, cloudy, some sun peeking through as well. Highs of 74 when the first pitch is thrown and dropping down to 66 by the end of the game tonight. 10-mile-per-hour winds blowing towards the north. Right now we have it blowing towards the left center field wall, so helping out the right-handed batters today. Sunset set for 6:23. So, again, we might be able to play this entire game while the sun is, and really before the lights have to come on over here at Mike Deak Field.
Thank you, weatherman.
Thank you. And that voice that you hear right now is Austin Wheat. He is going to be helping us out on the camera and also chiming in here and there as Nate Brown will be coming in momentarily in about.
I am basically your co-host. You're welcome.
Co-host for about 50 minutes here before Nate Brown makes his way over here to Mike Deak Field. But again, it's the McAlester Buffaloes against the Oktaha Tigers. The Buffaloes coming off an excellent performance yesterday in their second game. They dropped the first game to the Midwest City Bombers in district play 8-6, but a nice bounce back, winning 13-0. The Bats came alive. They ended up recording 9 hits, which is a season high for them. And also the big news, the no-hitter from Mr. Seth Sam, the senior, records 12 strikeouts, 12 out of his 15 outs via the strikeout. And the Buffaloes with an excellent run rule victory, 13-0 to bounce back from that loss that they suffered in the game prior to that. So that led to them being 3-1. For the Oktaha Tigers, they've only played one game this year, and that was actually yesterday. They beat Central Sallisaw 11-1, but they are a historically rich baseball team over the last 20 years here. Last year, they were 30-8 in the Class 2A state runner-ups. They lost to Silo 7-3. They have gone to 6 state tournaments, and they've also gone to 5 state title games in spring baseball in 16 seasons, but they're 0-5, looking for their first state championship win, trying to get that in spring baseball. Now, in fall baseball, they're 2-time Class A state champions, winning in 2009 and in 2017 as well. Last year, again, I can't talk enough about how good the Oktaha baseball team was. They ended up defeating the likes of Bixby, which was a 6A quarterfinalist. They beat Carl Albert, a 5A quarterfinalist, 9-1. And they beat Red Oak, a Class A semifinalist, 12-2. So, again, this is a pretty good team that the Buffaloes, and pretty good is an understatement as well, but a pretty good team that the Oktaha Tigers, or the McAlester Buffaloes are taking on today. So, again, looking at the starting lineups now, starting off with the visiting team, the Oktaha Tigers, again, they are going to be wearing their gray-on-gray uniforms as their visiting team on the scoreboard. Leading off, the DH number 1, Dylan Walden. Walden, the DH for the left fielder number 9, Canyon Elam in left field. Batting second, the third baseman number 3, Maddox Edwards at third base. Batting third, the shortstop number 11, Hunter Dearman at short. Batting cleanup, the catcher number 14, Darren Ledford behind home plate. Batting fifth, the pitcher number 22, Tyler Allen on the mound. Batting sixth, the center fielder number 15, Kip Christian in center. Batting seventh, the first baseman number 25, Brody Sermont over at first base. Batting eighth, the second baseman number 4, Braxton Casey at second. Batting ninth, the right fielder number 12, Cannon Robinson in right field, rounding out the starting line, led by head coach Kevin Rodden, the head coach for the Oktaha Tigers. Again, 1-0 in Class 2A, ranked third. For the McAlester Buffaloes, this is what it looks like 1 through 9. Just like Oktaha, the DH leading it off for the Buffaloes, DH number 15, Seth Sam, playing center field. In DHing for Seth Sam, or playing in the field for Seth Sam, is the center fielder number 5, Jordan Clark. Clark in center. Batting second, the second baseman number 1, Spencer Stinchcomb at second. Batting third, the shortstop number 2, Caden Lesnow at short. Batting cleanup, the catcher number 7, Ethan Gillespie behind the plate. Batting fifth, the first baseman number 8, Braden Phillips at first. Batting sixth, the right fielder number 11, Gunnar Hodgel in right field. Batting 7th, the third baseman, number 6, Gannon Mullins. Mullins at third. Batting 8th and on the mound, number 3, Jackson Lauerman. Lauerman on the bump. And batting 9th and rounding out the starting 9 for the Buffaloes, the left fielder, number 4, Jaden Chaney. Chaney in left field. The Buffaloes led by head coach Justin Mullins, 3-1 on the year. So as Larry Barnett, our PA man over here at Mike Deak Field, announces the starting lineups, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is ready to make a deal. All 22-year model Gladiators in stock offer $2,500 cash back. All 22 Chargers and Challengers feature $3,000 cash back. Patriot has new 2023 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Laredos with $5,550 cash back. 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Limiteds in stock, $4,000 cash back. Yes, the best deal on a new vehicle is always at Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
At the third baseman, number 6, Gannon Mullins.
Okay, my mistake. We do have a change in the lineup here for a little bit. The shortstop for the Buffaloes today will be the shortstop, Seth Sam. So Sam playing in the field for the first time this season at short, and DHing will be Caden Lesnow. So Lesnow's the DH, not the shortstop. Sam is the shortstop, not the DH. So that is the change that we have in the lineup here today. We're about to have the national anthem as soon as Chaney makes his way to, looks like, left field. And now let's send things over to the PA. All right, we're about ready for baseball here in McAlester, Oklahoma. Again, this is Brandon Green along with Austin Wheat beginning this game. You ready?
You know, it's always a treat being able to have me on here on your broadcast.
Because you don't know anything about baseball?
That, and I also don't get on here very often. Y'all like to keep me locked up, so.
Well, you're here because you're going to be running the camera today. So if there's anybody that's going to be upset about the scoreboard not working right, or if they're upset about the quality of the camera work, then you know who to direct it to, Mr. Austin Wheat.
Oh, yeah. Anytime there's bad camera work, just direct it to me, because not only will I not care, but I won't listen to you either. So I will say this team, this McAlester team, they're gonna have a tough time. But some of them boys out there were wearing Nike shoes.
You have something against Nike?
No, I don't got nothing against Nike, but
that's
professionals.
That's your analysis?
Yeah, professionals wear Nike.
Oh, cool. Hey, let's go ahead and let's look at the defensive lineman here for the Buffaloes. Again, a reminder not to take anything Austin Wheat says seriously here today.
I'm kidding.
It's
the shoe.
Phillips at first, Stinchcomb at second, Lesnow at short, Mullins at third. In the outfield, Chaney in left, Clark in center, Hodgel in right. And the battery for the Buffs, Gillespie behind the plate, and Jackson Lowerman on the mound. Lowerman so far pitched against Eufaula in relief in the season opener. Lowerman went 2 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Looks like he's about ready to go as the throw down has been made over to second. He'll be taking on the DH number 1, Dylan Walden, for the Oktaha Tigers. Walden will be a lefty. Looks like Lowerman is ready. Walden is ready. As Lowerman working out the stretch to begin this one. Comes set and delivers as we're underway. A fastball up outside, ball 1, and it's baseball time here in the Heartland. So the Buffaloes today wearing their gold uniforms, pinstripe pants, black hat with the gold bills and the gold interlocking MB on the front of that hat. Next pitch will be a pop-up left side. Chasing it down will be Cheney, but I think this one's going to be out of reach. And it will as it bounces off the turf and into the bullpen. So the count moves to even at 1 ball and 1 strike here on the leadoff batter, Dylan Walden.
Beautiful day for baseball, Brandon. Beautiful day. I can tell you right now, the one thing I always go to on default when we're talking baseball is how pretty the day is. It's always in spring, always a nice day.
And by the way, the first pitch that we had just a couple of moments ago brought to you by Big V Feed Center, always your best bet for your feeding program for all of your animals. Visit your Big V Feeds dealer in McAlester, Kiowa, and Chakota. So Lowerman will come set with the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Kicks and fires. The pitch will be up and outside, and the count moves in favor of the batter, Walden, 2 balls and 1 strike. And also for today, again, Austin mentioning the weather, I've had plenty of games in March where the temperature is in the 40s, so it's really good to see.
Yeah, 78 degrees whenever I left the McAlester radio.
2-1 is going to miss at the same location, a little bit higher there from Lowerman. And the count now to 3 balls and 1 strike. So, yeah, 78 degrees, not too shabby at all. We even called a game in the snow last year in Verdigris, so I will take.
Yeah, I'd rather have this. 78 degrees feels like 75 with those clouds covering the sun.
3-1 is going to miss again up high and outside, so that'll be ball 4. And a leadoff walk to Dylan Walden. We'll bring up the third baseman, number 3, Maddox Edwards.
Third baseman, Maddox Edwards.
Buffaloes have not faced a ton of lefties this year, so Walden will get the walk. In fact, I think most of the walks this year by the Buffalo pitching staff, which hasn't been a lot of walks, has been thrown to lefties. Short lead over at first by Walden. Lowerman comes set, and the pitch showing bunt, getting it down, but right in front of Lowerman. Lowerman will immediately throw over to first to Phillips in time for out number 1, but the sack bunt is made by Maddox. That'll be a 1-3 sack bunt, and that'll move the runner over to second base. And that'll bring up to the plate the shortstop, number 11, Hunter Dearman. So Dearman, righty up against the righty Lowerman. Runner in scoring position. First pitch will be a fastball at the knees. Great location there for Lowerman. And the count now goes to 0-1 here on the shortstop. Playing in on the infield turf was Mullins. He kind of backs up a little bit now with the 3-hole batter up. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Curveball, hard hit ground ball up the middle into the outfielder Clark. They're going to hold the runner up over at third. Clark fires in over to Stinchcomb at second. Now we have runners at the corners with 1 down. Dearman with a solid shot right back up the middle. And now the catcher, number 14, Darren Ledford, steps up to the plate. Another lefty here for the Tigers. Out of the cleanup spot, Ledford. And the Tigers, plenty of talent on this team. History of winning over the last 23 years, as we have a 31 move here by Lowerman. Since 2000, they've gone, like I said, to the state tournament. Well, since, I guess, in the 16 seasons, they've gone to 5 state title games, 6 state tournament appearances during that time. As here's the next pitch. It's going to be a high hit fly ball, deep left center field on a line drive rope that's going to hit off of the wall. 1 run's already going to score. Here comes the second run. That will be waved home. Seth Sam firing in from the shortstop position. He won't be able to get it to Gillespie in time to make the tag. And that's a 2 RBI double off the wall by Darren Ledford. And what's even more impressive about that hack by Ledford is he was able to drive it opposite field off the wall, about midway up the wall. And the Tigers with an early 2-0 lead on the Buffs. And that brings up Tyler Allen, the pitcher number 22, with a runner at second, 1 down in the top of the first inning. Lauerman takes a couple of peeks to second and delivers the first pitch up and inside with the fastball for ball one. Again, one down. Tigers lead 2-0 over the Buffs in the top of the first. Again, looking at Oktaha's team, led by what they have it as Kevin Rodden on the OSSAA rankings website, as the first pitch is in there for a strike. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Lauerman delivers. This one is low inside. And the count now in favor of Allen, 2-1. In Oktaha, their future games, they're set to play Spiro on Thursday, who McAlester was supposed to begin the season up against before the rain out last Thursday, the 2-1. Missing inside on the hands, and they'll move the count to 3-1. And then the Tigers travel to Red Oak on Saturday. For the Buffaloes, they don't have any more games until Friday when they travel to Bixby. For the Buffs, this is their, I want to say it's their 5th game in 5 days. Runner in scoring position with 1 down. The 3-1 pitch. Again, up and inside. Now move it to ball 4. And brings up to the plate the 6-hole batter, the center fielder, number 15, Kip Christian.
Now, with a team like this, Brandon, you really got to, shut them down early.
But Oktaha also, what they like to do, obviously, especially being the visiting team and getting to bat first, they like to put the pressure on the home team. That's what they've done here early with the early 2 runs and looking for more. First pitch, catching the upper inside part of the zone for a strike. The righty Christian didn't really like the call. He'll dig back into the box. Slightly open stance here. About midway up in the box. Phillips in on the infield turf. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swings and misses, kind of went chasing after a low outside pitch. And now Lauerman way ahead in the count, 0-2. Again, not much wind, but what wind is blowing out to the left center field.
Which could change by towards the end of the game. I mean, Oklahoma weather and all.
The 0-2 swung on and missed for strike 3. Lauerman right back into the zone, gets a swinging strikeout. And now 2 down here for the Tigers in the top of the first. They do lead 2-0 on 2 hits. They have runners at first and second. And up to the plate comes Brody Sermont, the first baseman, number 25. And as you mentioned, even when we get a little bit later on into the night, as rain might be coming into the forecast, as the first pitch is going to hit off of the head of the righty Sermont. And it bounces on top of the kind of alleyway right there, just off the noggin, and that's going to bring up to the plate the second baseman, number 4, Braxton Casey, and the bases are now loaded.
I'm gonna ask a question. Does he have a?
Yes.
Does he have a strap on his helmet there on first base?
I don't think he does. I think it's a beard.
8th grade full beard.
First pitch is going to miss up above the letters for ball 1, and I'm jealous because I can never grow a beard.
I couldn't do it whenever I was in high school. I had kind of one.
I can't do it at 27. Ball 1. Casey up at the plate. The 1-0 pitch. Going to be a ground ball right side, softly hit. Stinchcomb has to grab it, throws over to first in time for out number 3. So the Tigers do get 2 runs on a 2 RBI double off the left field wall. But they hold them to that and get out of the jam with the bases loaded. We head to the bottom of the first. Again, Oktaha leading 2-0 here on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Do you think this is far enough? Customers aren't going to be able to make that. Did you say further? No. Come shoot
for your TTNL during Benton Madness and a lot closer than Morgan.
Have you ever thought about playing college basketball? Too easy. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Benton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonnissan.com.
Welcome back to Mike Deak Field here in McAlester, Oklahoma. The Oktaha Tigers take an early 2-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the first inning. It'll be again, of course, top of the order, McAllister's first time up at the dish. Looking at the defensive alignment for the Tigers, you have Sermon over at first, Casey at second, Dearman at short, Edwards at third. In the outfield, Elam in left field, Christian in center, Robinson in right. In the battery for the Tigers, it's Ledford behind home plate and Allen on the bump. Tyler Allen, number 22. Looks like a righty here for the Tigers. And it will be Seth Sam leading things off for the Buffaloes, playing shortstop today. And he will dig in on the season so far, batting .333 with a .571 on base percentage. Again, when you're looking at it, I know we're early into the season, only 4 games in, but also has a quality at-bat percentage of 71.4, which is pretty high. First pitch to Sam will be a fastball up above the McAlester script on the gold jersey. 1 ball, no strikes. But as we've made our way to now, it is 4:38 as the next pitch will catch the outside corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. A lot more sun than I was expecting here. As we have Philip Jewell tuning in. Thank you, Philip, for checking in. As the 1-1 to Sam is going to be a curveball in there for strike 2. He says it's baseball time in the Heartland. That means I have my guys on saying, go Buffs, baby. Thank you, Philip, for tuning in.
You know, Philip is my number 1 fan.
Is he?
Yeah.
The windup, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Early strikeout for Tyler Allen, and that will bring up Spencer Stinchcomb. Now, this isn't a district game, so however this game ends, obviously McAlester wants to win this one. But if whoever wins this game, it's not going to go towards your district standing. It's not going to go towards playoffs. But for the Buffaloes, what you want from this game is a W, as Stinchcomb fouls this one back off for strike 1. But you also want to keep improving at the plate. McAlester has had 44 strikeouts in 4 games, which means they're averaging about 11 per game. Last year, through 40 games, they averaged about 6.4. So they're striking out a little bit more often, and they're looking to make a little bit more contact here as the 0-1 is going to be a nice curveball from the righty Allen, filling the zone for strike 2. Because as we saw in the second game against Midwest City, if you put the ball in play, good things happen. Here's the windup in the 0-2 pitch. Fastball missing low outside. Good spot there from Allen. Allen thought he had the strikeout. Count now to 1-2.
Yeah, McAlester, I mean, it's like you said, this may not count for district play, but every game that you can get just a little bit more experience is one step closer to, you know, getting that big, big win that does matter.
Staying alive, Stinchcomb fouls it back off, and the count stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes. But, yeah, not just that, but also, again, that competitiveness. You're taking on a really good team, and if you get a win here, this is a really solid win against one of the best teams in the state, regardless of class. The 1-2 pitch. Going to be swung on and missed on a pitch down in the dirt. The catcher, Ledford, snags it, tags out Stinchcomb, and that'll be out number 2. Bringing up the DH, number 2, Caden Less now, DHing for the center fielder, number 5, Jordan Clark. And Buffaloes trail 2-0, bottom of the first inning, 2 down here for the Buffs, nobody on. And Allen will toe the rubber once more. Wind up in the first pitch to Less now. Curveball catching the black again for strike 1. Allen so far here early has went strong on his off speed, but it's been hitting the very edge of the zone, making it hard to hit no matter who you are up at the plate. The 0-1 pitch goes back with the off speed, 2 in a row to catch the outside corner. That has been, of course, through the first now 3 batters, his primary pitch. Let's see if he goes and mixes it up or goes 3 straight curveballs. The 0-2 goes fastball, line drive, center field, but barely having to move is the center fielder Christian, making the catch for out number 3. So the Buffaloes go 3 up, 3 down. We head to the top of the second inning. Buffaloes trailing 2-0 here on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com. Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, Muskogee, and more. If you need propane, there's only one number to call. Winter will be here before you know it, so call today. 918-423-3121. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
To the top of the second inning we go. The Oktaha Tigers leading the Buffaloes 2-0. It'll be the 9-1-2 batters up for Oktaha, starting off with Cannon Robinson, the right fielder, number 12. Lauerman comes set, and here's the start of the second. A nice curveball pulled the string on Robinson, out in front, strike one.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, please, if you're in the area and you're looking for something to do this afternoon, or if you just like baseball in general, come on out to the field. It's a beautiful day outside. The rain is going to hold off until after all this, hopefully.
As the 0-1 misses down low with the fastball, count moves to even at 1-1 strike. Yeah, like I said, didn't expect the sun to come out today, and it did. So
it feels nice. It looks nice. It's just and the breeze makes it feel a little bit cooler, not in a bad way.
And on top of everything, the last home game for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The 1-1 showing bunt, pulling back, misses inside with the fastball. 2 balls, 1 strike now here on Robinson. Yeah, the next home game that we're going to be having is against Tulsa Rogers, and that's going to be 2 weeks from today. So your last chance to be able to watch the Buffaloes without hitting the road. 2-1 pitch from Lauerman. Curveball, nice, catching the outside corner. Count moves to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Backing on up is Mullins over at third. Coming set Lauerman. And the 2-2. Tries to go off speed, kind of fell awkwardly out of the hand of Lauerman. The count moves to full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So again, the leadoff batter for the top of the second inning. White stands up at the plate for Robinson, slightly open. The 3-2. Swings and misses for strike 3. Went back with the curveball, and that'll be out number 1. Sit him down, throw it around. 1 down here in the top of the second inning. Second strikeout of the day for Jackson Lauerman brings up Dylan Walden. Walden walked his first plate appearance back in the previous inning. Again, lefty here for the Tigers and digs in. Mullins approaches the infield turf. Here's the first pitch. Popped up left side over towards the walking track. Guard your dog. That'll be strike 1. One thing I do know that a lot of people do when games are going on here, if they want to keep track with McAlester, but they also need to get their steps in, they listen to us on the radio while they walk around the Mike Deak field. Really, it's I guess that's the Sertoma walking track, I guess. Next pitch misses down low for ball 1. Count even at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Which, speaking of that, we're on an app. Shameless
yes, we are. We are in an app.
We are an app. I am McAlester Radio.
The 1-1 bounces in for ball 2. But that's a good point. Austin says we're on an app. You can listen to any game that we do from McAlester Baseball Road or at home by going to the KNED app. It's a blue logo wherever you get your apps, or you can go online at McAllisterRadio.com on the KNED tab. As the next pitch, going to be fouled off. That's strike 2 as this one goes towards the Oktaha dugout. And now 2 strikes here on Walden.
And if you don't like apps but you like the internet, you can always go on at McAllisterRadio.com and check it out there.
Or the good old-fashioned way, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM.
Lots of ways. There's no excuse.
There's no excuse not to tune in, I guess. The 2-2. Be a pop-up, shallow right field, and foul territory possibly. Phillips backing up, makes the catch just on the outside part of that right field line, and that's 2 up, 2 down for the Tigers. And that brings up Maddox Edwards, who laid down a sac bunt his first time up. So again, Tigers are leading 2-0 over the Buffs, top of the second inning. Nobody on for Oktaha with 2 down. But yeah, in home games, I don't think there should be a reason why every home game that we have here during the baseball season is going to be video streamed. So make sure that you are watching that way if you can't listen. First pitch over to the righty righty Matt Edwards is going to miss upstairs for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes here. All the way back in the box is Maddox. The wind still blowing out to left field. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Going to be a hard hit ground ball once again up the middle. Diving forward is Sam, but just past his outstretched glove, and that'll be a base hit, 2-out base hit for Maddox Edwards. And that'll bring up Hunter Dearman, who had a similar base hit, almost the exact same as what Edwards just had back in the first inning. And on deck is Darren Ledford, who went opposite field off the middle of the wall.
One thing that's crazy to me with baseball is that each inning in baseball is always a little bit different.
That's crazy. That's called sports. First pitch is going to fill the zone for strike 1.
It's not what I mean. I'm talking about the team itself. They'll improve on stuff. They'll improve on little things, and and it kind of depends on the personality of the team and things like that. But obviously, each inning is different.
The 0-1 is going to be a curveball missing down low. I get what you're saying. It's your mindset going from one inning to the next. Maybe you got into a little bit of a groove. But also sometimes, a batter can have you figured out. It was, for example, yesterday's game, as we have the 1-1. It's going to be a hard hit ground ball left side. Backhanding to Sam to a knee. Throws across the diamond over to first. Beautiful play by Seth Sam for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the second inning. We'll continue that thought when we come back. Buffaloes trail 2-0 to the Oktaha Tigers here on KNED.
Best Western Inn and American Inn Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American Inn are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn and Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
We head to the bottom of the second inning. The Buffaloes trailing the Oktaha Tigers 2-0. It'll be the middle of the order up for the Buffaloes. Catcher number 7, Ethan Gillespie. First baseman number 8, Braden Phillips. And the right fielder number 11, Gunnar Hodgel.
Now keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have Nate on here. Okay.
Yeah, Nate Brown, who's been on the
Nate Brown.
first couple of video streams. He'll be back over here in about 15, 20 minutes.
He's going to be over here. He's going to take over for me. If y'all want me to be his Brandon's co-host,
it's
on
called
a regular
the color
basis,
commentator there.
go on Facebook.
Here's the windup from Allen in the pitch.
Let us know.
Fastball crossing the letters for strike 1 to Gillespie. The count moves to 0-1. But also another pretty good point from Austin as the 0-1 is going to be a curveball. Catch in the zone. I don't think you can have it both ways there. The fastball that was up high they say called the strike, but it was right at the top of the zone. This one was well below the knees, but he called both of them a strike, and the 0-2 will bounce off of the plate for ball one. That's a wide strike zone to call the first pitch a strike up at the top, but then also the low pitch a strike as well.
To make sure my count's right, we got 2 strikes, 1 ball?
Yes.
Okay, I couldn't see.
Wind up from Allen in the pitch. Be a fastball outside for ball 2. But as Austin was saying, as Allen's working quickly, let us know where you're listening from or watching from on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. We'll try to give you a shout out on the air. Wind up from Allen, and the 2-2 pitch be checked out, grounded right side, easy backhand by the first baseman Sermont. Steps on first, half a step ahead of Gillespie in time for out number 1. So that'll bring up Braden Phillips, the first baseman, number 8, as that's a 3 unassisted there for Gillespie. But we were mentioning in the previous half inning how each inning could be different and how, each game is different for McAlester. You can't ever take one game and think that just because this is how this one game went, this is how the next inning or game will go as well. So the first pitch to Phillips will be fouled off in between the third baseman, Edwards, and the third base coach and head coach, Dustin Mullins. Because, you looked at yesterday, first game, McAlester falls 8-6. Buffalo's only had 5 hits in the game. Very next game, 20, 30 minutes later, they hit the ball 9 times, score 13 runs, and win 13-0 in run rule fashion. So Phillips will watch the next pitch miss outside, and the count moves to even at 1 ball and 1 strike. But I think that's the testament to this team is how gritty they can be when things start to go wrong a little bit. They bear down and they get competitive. As Phillips is going to pop this one up to center field once more, staring up into the sun is Christian making the catch for out number 2. And they'll bring up the right fielder, number 11, Gunnar Hodgel, as the Buffaloes have gone 5 up, 5 down so far. Hodgel in his sophomore season so far on the early season, 4 games in, is batting .400. That is good for second on the team with a .538 on-base percentage. That is good for third on the team. First pitch to him, swung on and missed on a curveball out of the zone for strike 1. We mentioned Sam's quality at bat percentage. Hodgel has the same at 71.4. The windup from Allen and the 0-1 pitch. Fastball right on the outside corner. Count moves to 0-2. Allen's been living there on the edges of the zone, where you want to be as a pitcher. The 0-2 pitch to Hodgel. Fouled straight back, staying alive here is Hodgel. Count 0-2. Sun has started to go away. Clouds starting to come back in as well. But again, looks like rain isn't supposed to be coming into the forecast until now 10 p.m. tonight. The 0-2 swings and misses at a ball on the turf. Being tagged out as Hodgel, and the Buffaloes go 3 up, 3 down. It's a 2-0 game. The Oktaha Tigers leading the McAlester Buffaloes heading to the top of the third. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
Okay! Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. Okay, Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Do you think this is far enough? Unbelievable. Customers aren't going to be able to make that. Did you say further? No.
Come shoot for your TTNL during Fitting Madness and a lot closer than Morgan.
Have you ever thought about playing college basketball? Too easy. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deals dealer. Learn more at fentonnissan.com.
To the top of the third inning we go here at Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. We've had a mixture of clouds and sun here today. As, again, little chance of rain here in the next couple of hours, but I don't think that's supposed to stick around. What's going to be coming in later is at 10 o'clock tonight, and then we'll have a stretch of about 2 full days of rain. Good news for Friday when McAlester is supposed to travel to Bixby. I hear that Bixby has a turf field, so if the rain's all gone, looks like the Buffaloes should be playing. Right now, 2-0, Oktaha leads McAlester to the top of the third, as the first pitch to the cleanup hitter, Darren Ledford, is up high and outside for a ball. Again, remember, Ledford is the difference in this game so far. He had a 2 RBI double off the left field wall.
That is something.
As Lauerman will pitch, and this one will be a line drive, 2-hop over to the right fielder Hodgel, and once more, Darren Ledford finds the base paths as he's 2 for 2 on the day, bringing up to the plate the pitcher number 22, Tyler Allen, who walked.
That is something about Oklahoma weather that does kind of crack me up, is that it either will storm and rain hours before you was ever expecting it, or it's the next day.
That's right.
If it even does it at all.
First pitch to the new batter. It'll be a called strike with a fastball from Lauerman, and the count moves to 0-1. Again, runner at first for the Tigers with nobody out. Top of the third inning, Tigers leading 2-0 over the Buffs. They scored both those runs again on that one hit back in the first. Next pitch will be fouled back into the glove of Gillespie, and that's strike 2. Lauerman way ahead at 0-2. Lauerman takes a peek over towards first. Not much of a lead by Ledford. Coming set. Jackson fires. The 0-2. Curveball misses down low. Not a bad two-strike pitch, though. Right at where you wanted it. Wanted Allen to chase. Good eye by Tyler, and that will move the count to 1-2.
Something I will say about this McAlester team is that there's a lot of focus when it comes to them.
The 1-2 pitch is the curveball that misses low and outside. Count moves to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
When that ball gets to moving, everybody has a place they're supposed to go, and they know exactly where they're supposed to be, and they're booking it, hustling.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Right at the knees for strike 3. Got him looking. Great pitch from Jackson Lauerman. And now it's 1 down with 1 on here for the Tigers. Bringing up to the plate the center fielder, number 15, Kip Christian. Again, that runner at first for the Tigers. 1 down, 2-0 game. Oktaha leading in the top of the third. And a reminder, if you didn't catch the first inning or the pregame, do not take anything that Austin Wheat says completely seriously.
Now, you ought to take it by gospel because
first pitch up and inside for ball 1.
I am a pro. By the way, I've been meaning to ask this.
What's
Got
that?
a little bit of time in between. You said he caught him looking. What was he looking at?
He was looking at a ball that filled the zone. The 1-0 pitch is going to be a hard-hit ground ball right between the shortstop, Sam, and the third baseman, Mullins. That'll be another base knock here for the Tigers. And that'll bring up to the plate Brody Sermont as the first pitch, the only pitch they've seen so far today, hit him in the helmet. He ended up being fine, and I think it was just a curveball that got away from Lauerman. But it just clinged right off of the helmet and on top of that little tunnel that you have that goes from the parking lot towards that little seating area next to the concession stand. First pitch to him is going to be fouled straight back. That'll be strike 1.
Yeah, you think I'm joking about asking that question, but you've said that a lot in your broadcast. I just never knew what you meant by it.
Again, reminder, we're just letting everyone know Austin's here to run the camera and provide some entertainment as well. Learning a little bit as I'm just saying, as the next pitch is going to be a curveball that misses the inside corner for ball 1. He's learning baseball a little bit as we're going on too. And
I've been playing baseball since I was like in 2nd grade. Thank you.
You haven't stopped ever since you graduated high school, right?
I'm on a pro team in Kenna.
Is that right?
Pro Kenna team.
The 1-1 pitch. Going to be a hard hit ground ball up the middle. Chance to score a run as to get past the middle infielders. Clark grabs it. They're going to hold the runner up over at third. Good strike from Clark to the cutoff man, Phillips. And now load the bases here for the Tigers. So 3 base hits already here in the top of the third inning. Loads the bases. They're all singles. And that brings up Braxton Casey, who grounded out to the second baseman last time up. If he does something similar, it will be a chance for a double play here for the Buffs. Corner infielders will come in on the green of the infield turf and look to go home. And then Gillespie obviously wanting to fire back over towards first to get the double play and get out of the inning. Lauerman, first pitch. Be a fastball way too high for ball 1.
You can always feel that tension in the game kind of increase whenever you get all the bases filled, whether it's for one team or the other.
Well, the Tigers a good chance here to break it open. They lead by 2. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Looked like with the changeup, got him out in front. Count moves to even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, what that changeup does is it looks like a fastball, but it's slower, throws off the batter's timing. Lauerman comes set. The 1-1 pitch. Chases out after it. This is going to be an infield fly. Batter's already out. Stinchcomb will make the catch anyway. But again, infield fly with the bases juiced, and that will The out number 2.
Oktaha, the right fielder, Cannon Robinson.
And that'll bring up Cannon Robinson. Robinson struck out swinging. The 9-hole batter, Lauerman, worked himself out of a bases-loaded jam back in the first, trying to do it again here in the third. Lauerman comes set. Open stance, first pitch. Ground ball up the middle towards the second baseman. Stinchcomb flips it over to Sam, who steps on second base in time for out number 3. And once again, Lauerman working himself out of the jam, and the score is still 2-0. Oktaha leading the Buffaloes. We get to the bottom half of the inning here on KNED.
Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Okay. We head to the home half of the third inning. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, along with Austin Weed. Again, Nate Brown will be showing up to relieve Austin Weed of his duties here in about 15 minutes.
And we don't want him to.
Do we?
We're just having such a good time out here at Mike Deak Field. It's a beautiful day outside. There's a cloud cover. It's a beautiful day for baseball.
By the way, Austin Weed is usually the guy, like last night, that runs your board over at the radio station when it comes to the radio board, the one that's playing all the commercials there. So this is what I hear during commercial breaks, if you want to hear that. Again, he's here for entertainment value, not for actual analysis. Just
I don't know.
Keep that in mind.
I'm thinking I might start keeping my own numbers and stuff.
That stats?
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
But then we'll compare. Once we get to the end of the game, you'll say yours, which are probably right, and I'll say mine. We'll see how close they are.
Probably wrong. Tigers leading 2-0, heading to the home half of the third inning. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 batters up for the Buffaloes. They've gone 6 up, 6 down so far. Mullins will foul this one back off into the sea of concrete, and that'll be strike 1. The Tigers so far with 2 runs on 6 hits, no errors. The Buffaloes looking for their first base hit. Trying to get it here from the third baseman, Mullins. Even with the bag is the third baseman, Edwards. Here's the windup from Allen, and the 0-1 pitch. Goes with the changeup, bounces into the catcher, Ledford, and that'll be ball 1. Count even up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Mullins is tied for second on the team in walks. He's walked 5 times this year at a .312 on base percentage. The 1-1 fouls this one straight back. And now Mullins behind in the count 1-2. Allen has recorded 3 strikeouts, all of them swinging so far. He's looking for K number 4. The windup from Allen. The 1-2 delivery. This will be fouled off of the umpire, I believe. The count stays at 1-2. Again, Mullins staying alive there with a good cut. Allen working quickly, has done so all day so far. The 1-2 pitch. Going to be a pop-up, shallow right center field. Looks like the second baseman, Casey, rushes to get underneath it and makes the catch for out number 1. And that brings up the pitcher, number 3, Jackson Lauerman. But I was mentioning back in the first inning a couple of things that McAlester wants to accomplish today. Obviously, the first thing is, first and foremost, get the win. But second, you want to see McAlester, again, make the contact and be able to put the ball in play and, like I said, have good things happen. Buffaloes have had a little bit of a struggle with the strikeouts over the first 4 games. And so far, they've put the ball in play a few times and tried to make things happen, as the first pitch is going to be swung on and missed on the ball on the turf for strike 1. Because the more that, obviously, this is going to be a duh analysis, as the 0-1 from Allen, it's going to be swung on and missed on a pitch outside for strike 2. But the more that you put the ball in play, the more you make your defense work, more chances of the defense making mistakes. As an example, in the second game of yesterday's doubleheader, 7 errors by Midwest City. The 0-2 swings and misses for strike 3 is Lauerman.
Fun fact, Brandon, I actually played baseball in high school.
Like for the varsity team?
I don't know what that is.
How long did you play?
A game?
A game, and then you stopped?
Yeah, because I got up
So
there.
what made you stop?
They
Yeah.
threw 2 of them right down the middle, and I didn't swing. There was one. Hold on.
As the first pitch to the new batter, Jaden Cheney, his first plate appearance of the year, misses down low for ball 1, batting out the 9 spot again. By the way, Buffalo's trailing 2-0, bottom of the 3rd inning, 2 down, nobody on. As Cheney watches one just catch the knees for strike 1, count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Continue your story.
Anyway, yeah, I watched 2 of them go right down the middle. I could have hit them, never did it.
Allen swings and misses on a curveball down low, and that'll be strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And I watched the final one go way off over here. I swung at it out of nowhere because I was like, man, they're going to strike me out going right down the middle. So I swung.
The 1-2 fills the zone for strike 3, and the Buffaloes go 3 up, 3 down once again, this time with a backwards K. And at that moment in the Austin story, you realize baseball's not for me, right?
Yeah. I did that twice.
We get to the top of the 4th inning. The Buffaloes are trailing 2-0 to the Oktaha Tigers here on KNED.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Do you think this is far enough? Customers aren't going to be able to make that. Did you say further? No!
Come shoot for your TTNL during Fenton Madness and a lot closer than Morgan.
Have you ever thought about playing college basketball? Too easy. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at fentonnissan.com.
And we're to the top of the 4th inning. Since the top of the 1st, where the Tigers scored 2 runs on 1 hit, it has been a defensive battle. The Tigers have went through the lineup twice, though. They've recorded 6 hits, but have had only 2 runs so far. Nice job of Jackson Lauerman getting himself out of jams here and letting his defense work and also getting a few strikeouts in the process as well. 3 strikeouts on the day. Buffalo's trying to get their first hit against Tyler Allen, opposite of Lauerman. It's the first pitch into the leadoff batter. Batting out of the 1 spot, Dylan Walden, is a called strike. Again, top of the 4th inning, Buffalo is trailing 2-0. Again, only run scored in the top of the 1st inning by the Tigers. Next pitch will be missing outside for ball 1, and that will move the count to even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Walden has walked and flown out to first.
By the way, for those watching, if you notice that sometimes the on the City Link.
It's not City Link anymore. That's YouTube.
YouTube.
Next pitch is going to be a ball on the turf. 2 balls, 1 strike.
But yeah, if you notice that the stuff keeps changing, the ball strikes, things like that, it's because I'm behind a wall. It's very hard to see unless I lean over here.
2-1 pitch, line drive, right center field. This one's going to get into the gap. Hodgel trying to cut it off. He can't. It's going to roll all the way towards the wall. Chance for a triple here for Dylan Walden. Getting it in is Hodgel, rounding second, trying to go third. Might be a chance. Sam throws to third, and it's going to get underneath the fielder Mullins and hit off the wall. So it's going to be a leadoff triple here for Dylan Walden. As Hodgel in right field tried his best. He was hustling down the ball over in right center field to try to cut it off. It just went right past him, nearly had it. But once it rolled all the way to the wall, it was in triple territory there for Walden. Great job of McAlester getting it back in. Chance at a play over at third base, just barely beating it was Walden.
Call that boy a librarian because he be booking.
Maddox Edwards digs into the box. First pitch to Edwards. There'll be a pop-up right side. Towards the line, might be trouble. It's going to fall in fair territory. It's going to score a run. Hodgel will get it in, but that's going to be a bloop RBI single for Maddox Edwards. And I've mentioned this a lot last year. Sometimes you can do everything right in baseball. You can square up a ball, and it can be lined straight to an outfielder, straight to an infielder, and they won't have to move. It's an easy catch. You can do everything right and still get out, but also you can do things wrong, have a pop-up, not really well hit, but it finds a right area of turf, and you're on base with an RBI. Next pitch will be popped up sky high in the infield. Lauerman, the pitcher, will call everyone off and take it himself, making the catch for out number 1. So, just like that, Hunter Dearman on his first pitch pops out to the pitcher, Lauerman, who's, again, used to playing in the outfield, so he knows how to handle fly balls like that. I'll bring up Darren Ledford, who is 2 for 2 so far today with a 2 RBI double off the wall. He's, again, responsible for 2 out of the 3 runs and 2 out of the 8 hits by the Tigers. With the runner at first, the first pitch to him will be a called strike up and outside. So count 0-1. By the way, Parker Dusenberry, the freshman for the Buffs, has made his way towards the bullpen, so he is warming up in case Lauerman needs his help. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Popped up and out of play. Watch out for the lights, as that one will go towards the walking track. Count moves to 0-2. You know, I've actually gone to a scrimmage one time. I was playing in a scrimmage, I think it was my junior or senior year, where a similar foul ball like that happened. And I'll continue this slide after this next pitch. Lauerman, the count 0-2. The pitch, way too high. That'll be ball 1. I want to say it was like Broken Bow or someplace like that, but we had a fly ball, and it was just off to the side, but it hit the lights, and it shattered the lights, and you just saw like it was
like in a movie,
like the movie. Yeah, it was
sparks.
It was like the natural, and the sparks just came flying down. It was wild. The 1-2 be a pop up left field with plenty of pop. Going over to his left is Cheney to track it down near the warning track. Makes the catch for out number 2. He tries firing it back towards the first baseman. It'll be caught by Stinchcomb instead. And that'll be out number 2. Gosh, even when he looks like he just got underneath it and it's going to be an easy pop-up, it still nearly travels to the warning track there for Ledford. Bringing up the pitcher, number 22, Tyler Allen, who's 0 for 1 with a walk and a backwards K. A runner at first here for the Tigers. 3-0 ball game, top of the 4th inning with 2 down. Lauerman comes set and delivers. First pitch low outside, ball 1. Coach Mullen says, good pitch. I could hear that from here. Thought he had the strike. Count 1-0. Lauerman delivers. Line drive down the line. This one's going to go towards the bullpen. Solid piece there from Allen. Just pulled it a little bit too far. Count moves to even at 1 ball, 1 strike, and this will be the final half inning here for Austin Wheat.
It's sad.
It is sad a little bit, isn't it? He's just been dropping some knowledge, dropping some
knowledge and inspiration.
Call
the listeners out
call
there.
him a librarian because he be booking.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Just do it like Shia LaBeouf. Count is 1-1. Lauerman the pitch. Curveball missing low and outside. The count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. Here on Tyler Allen. Yeah, we'll be making a call to the bullpen. So the starter Wheat will hand it over to the reliever Brown here in just a moment. 2-1 pitch. Be a foul ball off to the left side. Since we won't have a lot of time in between innings, do you want to say your farewell now, Austin?
Yeah, see you guys.
Cool. There it is.
It ain't going to be for the whole season because I'm going to come back at some point.
Two's
gonna need me.
Twos all the way across the board. Really, literally 22 at the bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. With the runner at first. 3-0 our score. Tigers leading the Buffs. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball left side into the hole again. Base hit number 9 here for the Tigers. A lot of them have just been singles, though. And that'll bring up to the plate Kip Christian. Like a dating website, just a bunch of singles. That brings up Kip Christian, who is 1 for 2. Struck out swinging. And you guessed it, singled. And here's the thing. A lot of their base hits, though, have been hard-hit line drives. They've just been pretty much straight to the fielders, and McAlester doing a great job of getting the ball back in. First pitch, going to be swung on and missed for strike 1. Got him chasing something low there. The count is 0-1. The only batters that have not had hits so far are Braxton Casey and Cannon Robinson out of the 8 and 9 spot. The 0-1. Going back to inside, catching him on the corner. Good pitch with the off-speed stuff there from Lauerman. Count moves to 0-2. Again, Lauerman trying to keep the damage at a minimum of only 1 run here in the top of the 4th. Again, the hits column doesn't matter if you keep the runs low. Here's the 3. Here's the next pitch. It'll be fouled straight back. And the count stays at 0-2. Because here was my mentality. If I was on the mound and I gave up 11 hits, but somehow I kept the other team to 1 run and we scored 5, that's a win. Literally, that's a win. Count still 0-2. But the Buffaloes offensively, they have gone 9 up, 9 down, trying to make some action when they head to the plate in the home half of the 4th. The 0-2. Line drive, hard hit right back up the middle, and this one's going to be fielded. No, it won't. It's going to bounce past Clark. All 3 runs are going to score from the base pass. It's a bases-clearing 3 RBI double for Kip Christian. He took an 0-2 pitch and just drove it right back from where it came from, and you could hear the loud pop. And that makes it 5-0. That makes more than 5-0. That makes it 6-0. And also an E8 with that. It's kind of ate up the center fielder, Clark.
All right, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, I guess you are. So that's going to be.
I gotta go do the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yeah, he's now going to make his way over towards the McAlester Radio Studios, and he's going to help us out on the radio side of things. So thank you, Austin, for your help. Nate Brown takes over. Here's the first pitch. Going to be fouled straight back to the new batter, Brody Sermon, who is 1 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a single. Runner in scoring position here for the Tigers, and again the score is 6-0. No, I'm wrong. That was it's 5-0. He had runners at first and second.
Yeah, it wasn't bases loaded.
Yeah, my bad. So it's 5-0. This one's going to be a fly ball over towards right field. Hodgel will make the catch, turning himself around. So, again, I had it wrong. It's 5-0, and that'll be the final out for out number 3 as we head to the home half of the 4th. Again, the Tigers put up a 3 spot to take a 5-0 lead over the Buffaloes. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is ready to make a deal. All 22-year model Gladiators in stock offer $2,500 cash back. All 22 Chargers and Challengers feature $3,000 cash back. Patriot has new 2023 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Laredos with $5,550 cash back. 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Limiteds in stock, $4,000 cash back. Yes, the best deal on a new vehicle is always at Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
So we have played half a 7-inning game. The McAlester Buffaloes trail the Oktaha Tigers 5-0. Again, Oktaha in Class 2A, but they're the number 3 team in 2A. And a reminder, the Tigers have gone to 6 state tournaments in the last 16 seasons. They've went to 5 state title games in that time. They are 2-time fall state champions in 2009 and 2017. And last year, beat Bigsby, who was a 6A quarterfinalist 4-3, beat Carl Albert, a 5A quarterfinalist 9-1, and beat Red Oak, a Class A semifinalist 12-2. So this is a extremely good Oktaha Tigers team the Buffaloes are taking on today, and they're leading McAlester 5-0. McAlester Buffaloes have gone 9 up, 9 down, trying to get their first hit of the day. There'll be a called strike to Seth Sam to start at the bottom of the 4th. Sam struck out swinging his first time up. Playing shortstop today, here's the 0-1. Swings and misses on a curveball for strike 2.
And folks, if you're watching on the video, you can start to see some of those clouds rolling in.
Again, looks like it's not supposed to start as the 0-2. It's going to be a hard hit ground ball, and the no-hitter gone. Right past the diving Edwards over at third base. And Seth Sam starts off the Bottom of the fourth inning with a bang, and the Buffaloes get on the base paths.
They just needed me to show up.
They just need to get that Austin weed out of the
Out
press
of their
box,
system.
right? Yeah, out of their system. Coming up to the plate will be Spencer Stinchcomb. Runner at first with nobody out. Pickoff over to first as Sam was making his lead. Is not in time. So again, Buffalo's first base runner comes literally 3 minutes after Nate Brown shows up into the box.
You're welcome.
Coming set. And the pitch to Stinchcomb, filling the zone for strike one. Again, Stinchcomb coming into this game batting .273 with a .385 on base percentage. 3 RBIs for the sophomore. Had a really good day yesterday. Here's a pickoff over to first again. Not in time. Stinchcomb yesterday went 3 for 6 with 3 RBIs. Really solid first game as well. Had 2 of his hits in that game. Had the first hit for the Buffaloes out the 9 spot. The 0-1 tries to get a bunt down and does down the first base line. Might be a tough play. First baseman flips to the second baseman covering. That is Casey that grabs it for out number 1, but the sac bunt does its job. Good job by Spencer Stinchcomb. Officially a 3-4 sac bunt. Brings up Caden Lesnow, who flew out to center. Looking at the left fielder, that is Elam. He is playing pretty far back. Center fielder playing a little bit more average. Right fielder the same way with Robinson. This game also brought to you by Frozen. Here comes the first pitch. We down by the ankles for ball 1. Someone, I guess, got upset and they had to play Frozen on their iPad. So we're going to have a mound visit for a moment. Just for a literal moment, as now Allen will make his way back over towards the rubber. Again, this is the first time he's working out the stretch today. There's a runner in scoring position here for the Buffaloes, trailing 5-0, bottom of the fourth inning. 1 down for McAlester. Lesnow trying to drive in a run for the Buffs. So far, Lesnow has driven in 4 RBIs at second on the team. Tied for second with Hodgel. The 1-0. Tries to get a bunt down, pulls back as that's a little chin music there. Has to dance out of the way of that, and the count moves to 2-0. Lesnow coming into the game 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position. He's another person that had a really solid day yesterday in the 2 games against Midwest City. 3 for 6 with 3 RBIs. Sounds familiar with Stinchcomb. He also had 2 doubles. 1 hit the wall. Allen comes set. Decent lead at second. The 2-0 pitch. Ground ball left side. That's going to get past the third baseman. And Sam will round third, and that will be an RBI single here for Caden Lesnow, and the Buffaloes are on the board. Nice piece by Lesnow. Second time through the lineup. Buffaloes seeing Tyler Allen a little bit better. And the Buffaloes get on the board, trailing 5-1.
Comeback trail's got to start somewhere.
So the Buffaloes down by 4. Again, McAlester found themselves down by 3 twice yesterday. They were down 3-0, made it a 3-2 game, then went down 5-2, and then put up a 4 spot to take the lead. Eventually, Midwest City did get the runs back, beat McAlester, but then the Buffaloes took offense to that and won 13-0. First pitch to Gillespie is going to be a curveball outside corner called strike. He didn't like that call either. Gillespie, again, in my unbiased opinion, he got the wrong end of a couple of borderline strike calls in the last at bat. One was called super high. The other one called it super low, and it was a strike zone fit for Aaron Judge. The count is 0-1 here on Gillespie. First pitch. That's rather the second one. He fouls this one. Everyone from McAlester danced out of the way. And now Gillespie behind the count 0-2. He comes into this game batting .625 with a .786 on base percentage.
Is that good?
It ain't bad. 6 RBIs and a grand slam. Quality at bat percentage of 85.7 in the early season. As we have a pickoff over to first. That one a little bit closer. Lesnow slides in safely. By the way, speaking of Lesnow, he has got 3 stolen bases on the year so far. By the way, Wyatt is also telling us about some weather here. This is going to be a swing and a miss for strike 3. The first strikeout of the season for Ethan Gillespie. And now it's 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning in a 5-1 game. Tigers leading the Buffs. Showers around Stewart moving, looks like he said, moving northeast. So could be coming towards McAlester. Pickoff over to first again. So that might clip McAlester a little bit if it showers. Depends on how heavy they are. We might get to play through a little bit of rain. Lightning, obviously, you can't play with that. First pitch is going to be missing upstairs to Braden Phillips. 1 ball, no strikes. It looks like just scattered showers right now making its way on through the area, so nothing that could threaten the entirety of this game so far. As the 1-0 is going to be a hard hit line drive. Left center field will be grabbed by the center fielder Christian. It's going to be a hard hit single there for Phillips. And Buffaloes with 3 base hits here in the inning. Again, struggled against Allen the first time through the lineup, but like good teams do, they take a different approach a second time through, see the ball a little bit better, and start getting a piece. That's what they did in the quarterfinals appearance against Piedmont last year. They really struggled against their starting pitcher who had a sub-1 ERA the entirety of the year and then comes in and eventually takes the lead on that pitcher. That's just a signature thing that McAlester does really well, as this one's going to be fouled off at the plate. Hit Hodgel, who's now up at the plate. Count 0-1 on him, struck out swinging his last time up. Runners at first and second for the Buffaloes, and just like that, the tying run is represented by the man on deck, Gannon Mullins. 2 down, bottom of the 4th. Buffaloes trail 5-1. Allen comes set, looks at second. A couple of times, kicks in, delivers the pitch. Ground ball towards the shortstop. Fielded on the short hop. Dearman grabs it, throws it to first in time for out number 3. But the Buffaloes do get 3 hits, and they score a run in the process, getting on the board to make it a 5-1 game. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Buffaloes trail here on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Do you think this is far enough? Customers aren't going to be able to make that. Did you say further? No!
Come shoot for your TTNL during Fitting Madness and a lot closer than Morgan.
Have you ever thought about playing college basketball? Too easy. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at fentonnissan.com.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma. We have a call to the bullpen for the first time today. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Jet Tire Service, offering over 18 major tire brands. See us in friendly Old Town or on jettire.net. Don't fret, call Jet. It is Parker Dusenberry, freshman Parker Dusenberry, number 18 for the Buffaloes, on the mound now. As he comes set, and he'll be taking on, looks like the 8-9-1 batters as the first pitch will be fouled off for strike 1. Starting off with the second baseman, number 4, Braxton Casey, who is grounded out and had an infield fly over the second baseman, Stinchcomb. It looks like Lauerman moves from the mound over to left field. Cheney, as of right now, out of the game. So again, 5-1's the score. McAlester trailing the Tigers as the next pitch will be fouled off for strike 2 from the curveball from Dusenberry. Dusenberry's stat line, he's only appeared in 1 game so far, but he got a win in that game against the Broken Bow Savages. Pitching in 2 2/3, gave up 1 hit, 2 walks, also struck out a batter.
Didn't look bad in his debut.
Not at all. The 0-2 Curveball, this one gets away from Dusenberry, a little bit up high, and the count moves to 1-2. Again, hopefully that rain staying away. Some scattered showers right now, moving its way northeast through Oklahoma. And right now they're in Stewart, so hopefully staying away. The 1-2 pitch, fastball, can't catch the corner. Not a bad spot, though. And the count to even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dusenberry comes to a pause and delivers. 2-2 pitch. High hit fly ball, left field. Lauerman going back, still going back. Leaps, can't make the catch. It's going to 2-hop towards the K&D wall as we're going to now fire it in back towards the second baseman, cutting it off Stinchcomb, and it will be a leadoff double here for Braxton Casey. And right off of the blue sign that we have in the outfield, and that's the 11th base hit for the Tigers, scoring 5 runs off those 11 hits so far. And now everybody except for the guy who's coming up to the plate right now, Cannon Robinson, has a base hit for the Tigers, and Robinson trying to change that himself. And if he can get a base hit here, should score a run. 0 for 2 on the day is Robinson with a strikeout and a fielder's choice. First pitch to him shows bunt, pulls back as it misses up and inside for ball 1. But yeah, they turned on the lights over here at Mike Deak Field kind of at the end of that last half inning, because with the shower starting to move its way into the area, it's gotten a little bit darker outside. Also, it is starting to get close towards sunset. Bunt down the third base line. They'll let it roll. They got to touch it. There we go. They touch it while it's foul, and that will move the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, I don't think you're going to have anything that's going to force it to go back towards that foul line to make it go back to fair. But you don't want to take any chances. Once it slow rolls and gets itself past that third base line, you want to be able to touch it to where it's ruled dead immediately.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at second here for the Tigers. Nobody out. Almost a perfect bunt there from Robinson. Shows bunt again. The 1-1's going to bounce in the turf. Gillespie keeps the runner at second. Count 2-1. So getting a 5-1 Oktaha lead here in the top of the 5th inning. The first 3 innings flew by. It was 30 minutes and we were through 3 innings. The 4th inning, a little bit more action. 4 runs between the 2 teams. 2-1. Bunt down the third base line again. Another great one fielded by Dusenberry. Throws over to first in time for out number 1. The sac bunt does its job. It moves the runner over to third base for the top of the order. Not an easy play there made by Dusenberry. Gets the job done, and that will move it to Walden, who hit a triple his last time up into the right center field area. He has walked, flown out to first, and as we mentioned, that triple, so 1 for 2 on the day. Runner at third for the Tigers, 5-1 ball game, top of the 5th inning.
Got a lefty up. That's a miracle.
Yeah. One of the 2 lefties, I believe, for the Tigers in this lineup. Nate says that because we haven't seen a ton of lefties this year so far. First pitch is going to be swung on and missed for strike 1. I believe that the Bombers only had 1. We didn't have any against Eufaula, and I think there was 1 against Broken Bow.
Yeah.
Count 0-1. The pitch goes to the curveball. Can't catch the outside corner. The count to even at 1 ball, 1 strike.
You sound like you're feeling better.
I am.
Did you actually go to the doctor?
If you call the doctor Mrs. Green, yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Dusenberry comes set. The 1-1 pitch. Be fouled off at the plate, and that'll move the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, and she gave me a wonderful prescription called Sudafed and some Mucinex. 1 ball and 2 strikes. But we're doing better. Coming set, Dusenberry. Trying to get the K, the 1-2 pitch. Curveball, and he does. Right on front. Great pitch. Got him with the bender, and that'll be out number 2. And that brings up Maddox Edwards. Edwards so far 2 for 2. He has laid down a sac bunt and singled twice. One of them an RBI single. And again, the Buffaloes, despite having 8 less hits, only trail by 4 to the Tigers, trying to keep it that way. But there's a runner at third here for Oktaha. First pitch to Edwards. In the turf. Again, Gillespie bodies it up. keeps the runner where it's at. I mean, it's got to be so good to be a pitcher and knowing that you've got someone like Gillespie behind home plate that if you let one go in the turf, you got someone there that's going to body it up for you and keep the runner where they're at.
I mean, he was a wall back there.
The 1-0 is going to miss down low for ball 2. I mean, it gives you more confidence as a pitcher. I know that, as you're going through life, when you're playing in, I'd say, junior high ball and lower than that, it's easier to be able to have a catcher that may not be able to body it up like the way that some varsity catchers do, like Gillespie, as the next pitch will be a fastball missing low for ball 3. So it forces you to say, okay, well, if I want to throw a curveball and get it out of the zone and have someone chase it, I don't want it to get away from him because it could be a drop third strike, go over to first.
Right.
But when you're in the high school area and you have someone like Gillespie that can do it, I can say, hey, I can really get this guy to chase, and I can trust my catcher to block it and tag him out. This next pitch is going to miss low and outside as well. Some pretty close spots, but all of them outside the zone. That's a 4-pitch walk here to Maddox Edwards, bringing up Hunter Dearman, who's 1 for 3 with a single, a ground out to short, and a fly out to the pitcher at the time, Lauerman. And as that rain is starting to get a little bit closer towards McAlester, the wind has picked up drastically. It is howling out towards left center field. You're even seeing it kind of wave on the left sleeve of Dusenberry on the mound. Runners at first and third here for the Tigers. Top of the 5th, 2 down. First pitch in there for a strike with a fastball from Dusenberry. Count 0-1 again with 2 down for the Tigers. Runners at the corners and McAlester trailing 5-1. So if you get a little bit underneath one now and start to drive it, you could see this one leave the yard. Dusenberry has other plans, does a 31 move, throws to first, not in time. Not much of a lead over there at first, but hopefully seeing if they can get Edwards to leave early and get a runner out in the base paths. The 0-1 pitch in the turf, and like I was mentioning earlier, Gillespie bodies it up. Runner stays where he's at over at first base. Count now to even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And here is another word of wisdom. If you're trying to track and see if it's going to rain or not, do never go off the weather app on your phone.
Yeah.
It's a terrible place to go to. Go to weather.gov. The National Weather Service does a better job.
We are not sponsored by the National Weather Service.
No. The 1-1 is a curveball that misses the zone.
I wanted to throw that out there for anyone who might think otherwise.
It's a government entity. 2 balls, 1 strike.
You never know.
Weather.gov is literally the search address. The 2-1 pitch. Hard hit ground ball up the middle. Diving is Sam, and he hits off his glove. It's going to score a run. Run around second, going towards third. Clark fires towards third. It's not in time. And on the throw, it'll be Dearman advancing to second. So an RBI single advancing to second on the throw is Dearman, and up comes Darren Ledford. And now the score is 6-1. Tigers lead the Buffaloes with the 12th base knock of the day for Oktaha. So again, 2 down, top of the 5th inning. Brings up the lefty, again, Darren Ledford, who had a 2 RBI double off the wall in deep left center field. Had a single and then flew out to left field, which that one nearly left the yard. And this one's a line drive to center field. It's going to one-hop past the center fielder, Clark. It's going to score 2 runs, and this might be trouble here for Ledford going towards third base. Picking it up now on the warning track is Clark. It'll be cut off by Stinchcomb, and it's going to go down as a that'll be down as a RBI, 2 RBI single at least, and then an E8. As that makes Ledford get to third base. And it's now 8-1. Because those 2 runs were going to score really anyway on the hit. But then it got away from Clark in center field, which allowed him to go from first to third.
It looked like he overran it just a step, but it was enough.
Well, as we'll have this first pitch to the new batter, it'll be a fastball low for ball 1 to Tyler Allen, who is 1 for 2 with a walk, strikeout, and a single. It looked like at first he was going to try to go with the diving catch.
Right.
Because he really sprinted up towards that line drive, but then at the last second tried kind of pulling back, and that's what allowed it to hop past him. Again, as the 1-0 will miss inside for ball 2. When you're playing on grass, I mean, that one wouldn't have hopped as violently past Clark as it did right there. It's going to hop, barely hop, go right back to you. But on turf, that will skip
Yeah.
like a pebble on the water. And that's what happened there. The 2-0 is going to go past Gillespie, but straight off the padding, not far enough to allow the runner at third to go home. And as I was saying, by being a wall, the first time I've seen a ball go past Gillespie today, or this season really. Count 3-0. Doesn't lead to any harm, though. Runner stays at third. Count 3-0 here for Tyler Allen. Dusenberry comes set. The 3-0 delivery. Chopper towards the shortstop, getting on the big hop as Sam throws over to first in time for out number 3. But the Tigers put up another 3 spot to copy what they did in the 4th, copy and paste it. We get to the bottom of the 5th inning, the Buffaloes trailing 8-1 here on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is ready to make a deal. All 22-year model Gladiators in stock offer $2,500 cash back. All 22 Chargers and Challengers feature $3,000 cash back. Patriot has new 2023 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Laredos with $5,550 cash back. 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Limiteds in stock, $4,000 cash back. Yes, the best deal on a new vehicle is always at Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
So the Buffaloes pulled it within 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning, getting on the board, getting to Allen for the first time today. But his offense gets us back and gets 3 more runs in the top of the 5th inning to make it an 8-1 game. Oktaha leading the Buffaloes. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It'll be the bottom of the order up for McAlester. 7, 8, 9 batters. Gandon Mullins, Jackson Lauerman, and Jaden Cheney. But with Dusenberry now on the mound, we might have a change to the lineup. We'll see as we get closer towards that part of the lineup. And here's the first pitch to Mullins. It'll be a ground ball left side. Coming in on it is the shortstop. Fielding it cleanly is Dearman. Over to first in time for out number 1. And that's efficiency for Allen. 1 pitch, 1 out. And that brings up the pitcher number 3. Well, not the pitcher anymore, but the left fielder now, number 3, Jackson Lauerman.
Now batting your left fielder, Jackson Lauerman.
Lauerman struck out swinging last time up. Buffaloes trail 8-1, bottom of the 5th, nobody on the base paths. Here's the first pitch. This will be fouled off over towards the McAlester dugout. And the count moves to 0-1.
Got to keep your head on a swivel when you're in that dugout.
You do. Pretty good showing over here today. And again, I think a lot of people heard us that it was the last home game for 2 weeks over here at Mike Deak Field. Called strike on the upper part of the zone. And Coach Mullins shaking his head over there because there's been a lot of pitches that look like they've been out of the zone, have been not really there. The 0-2 is going to miss the outside corner for ball 1.
Call that one a makeup call.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Allen will step off the rubber. Again, he got into a rhythm. He was sailing through the first 3 innings. The 4th inning is where McAlester got all their 3 hits so far. The 1-2 goes with the off speed, misses low outside for ball 2. because he works quickly. He gets on the rubber, and he trusts exactly what Ledford's going to call, and he goes right at it.
Rob Manfred's dream pitcher.
The 2-2. It's going to be a ground ball down the third base side. It's going to be fielded cleanly by the third baseman Edwards. All the way across the diamond, making the catch is the first baseman Sermon for out number 2.
I mean, I'm not wrong, am I?
No, and what he means, if you don't really pay attention to Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred putting in the pitch clock, which isn't a bad thing.
No.
It's not a bad thing. Because a lot of, you never have a problem with it in high school baseball.
No.
You never would. But there's a lot of dramatic Major League Baseball players as the first pitch to the new batter. As I didn't see a number on the back of him, so we'll see who it is here in just a moment. It looks like it's going to be Parker Dusenberry up at the plate. So in for Jaden Chaney as the windup, and the 0-1 pitch. It's going to be missing in the turf for ball 1. A lot of dramatic baseball players like to go through a big routine where it takes up way too much time. Pitchers the same way as the batters, and it just unnecessary time in between pitches. Now, I agree, as the count moves to 2-1 on a missed pitch in the zone, I agree that in the later innings in playoff baseball, I want that tension. I want that time a little bit with the zoom in on the face of the pitcher and the batter, as the next pitch is going to be swung on and missed for strike 2. But you would never have that problem with the pitch count in high school baseball.
Nope. You would never need it.
The windup and the 2-2 to Dusenberry. He thought about it, pulls back as it misses down low, and that'll be ball 3. Full count here to Dusenberry. At least that's what we have up here on the scoreboard. And again, no numbers on the front of these gold jerseys. The windup and the payoff. Fouled straight back near our field mic. But staying alive here is Dusenberry. The count full at 3-2.
I just really hope someone doesn't take it out one day.
I don't know. They'd have to hit it at exactly the right spot because it is guarded up pretty well back there.
But also think about how many foul balls are hit back that way.
True. The payoff again. And this one's going to skip in. It's a great job by Parker Dusenberry in his first varsity plate appearance, drawing the walk. And that is the first free pass given up all day by Tyler Allen. That brings up the top of the order. Seth Sam got things started for the Buffaloes in the bottom of the 4th with a hard-hit single past the diving glove of the third baseman Edwards. So runner at first with 2 down. Bottom of the 5th inning, McAlester trailing 8-1. Seth Sam up at the plate. First pitch. This is down low for ball 1. Again, Sam 1 for 2. Coming into the day, .333 batting average. The 1-0. Curveball in there for strike 1.
That was a beautiful curve.
Going back to Sam real quick, he's the guy that put the ball in play for McAlester to be able to tie up the game in the first game against Midwest City. Eventually, McAlester took the lead later on in that game. Later on in that inning, the next pitch is going to miss low and outside for ball 2. Sam went 1 for 4 on the day with an RBI and 4 walks in the 2 games. Decent lead by Dusenberry at first. The 2-1 pitch. Curveball in there for strike 2.
If nothing else, McAllister's really making him work in this inning.
Credit to Dusenberry there as well. I want to also mention one thing here in just a moment. The 2-2, curveball missing far outside for ball 3. The first time through the lineup, McAlester struck out 5 times. Second time through the lineup, McAlester only struck out once. And go figure, it was the guy that hasn't struck out at all this season before that strikeout.
That's what would only make sense.
It's baseball. The 3-2. This one will be fouled off of the
Oh no!
Off of the catcher. And he's down.
He's going to be a minute.
First off, hope he's okay. And he's shaking his head. He's really badly hurt. He got hit in an area you don't want to get hit. So that's where we're going to leave it at if you're listening on the radio. But we're going to cut to a quick commercial break. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs, whether residential or commercial. First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com. Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, Muskogee, and more. If you need propane, there's only one number to call. Winter will be here before you know it, so call today, 918-423-3121. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is ready to make a deal. All 22-year model Gladiators in stock offer $2,500 cash back. All 22 Chargers and Challengers feature $3,000 cash back. Patriot has new 2023 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Laredos with $5,550 cash back. 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Limiteds in stock, $4,000 cash back. Yes, the best deal on a new vehicle is always at Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Fort here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Fort in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Do you think this is far enough? Customers aren't going to be able to make that. Did you say further? No!
Come shoot for your TTNL during Fitting Madness and a lot closer than Morgan.
Have you ever thought about playing college basketball? Too easy. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at fentonnissan.com.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma, and it looked like Ledford, again, if you missed what happened earlier, there's a foul ball that went straight back to him, and again, at first, it hit, again, a place
very sensitive area
where you don't want to get hit, and then he got up at first, and then it hit him, and then went down, and I believe someone asked him, are you all right, and he shook his head, and again, we hope everything's all right with him, and he came off the field, and he looks like he's going to stay out of the game, so again, all prayers going over towards Darren Ledford, who had to exit the game with an injury. And it'll be Sermont going from first over to behind home plate. Number 5, who I don't have, I was given the lineup before the game, unless there was a late addition to the lineup before the game began. I don't have a number 5 for the Oktaha Tigers. So So he is now playing first base. And the right fielder is now Hamilton. That is Dallas Hamilton. I saw him run out over to right field. As we have, let me see. Well, I don't know. I don't know if Robinson. I think he might have just been
Number
playing.
4 is out in right field.
Okay, so no, we didn't. So, what all changes do we have in this last half inning? Either way, the count's 3-2 here. Runner takes off for second, Dusenberry. This is a ground ball over towards the left side. Taking it on the hop is the third baseman. Over to first. We'll get it all settled here in a moment. That's in time for out number 3. So we head now to the top of the 6th inning. After all that, the Buffaloes are trailing 8-1 to the Oktaha Tigers. We'll take a break and be back here on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned. Because I'm all about keeping my money in our town, I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is ready to make a deal. All 22-year model Gladiators in stock offer $2,500 cash back. All 22 Chargers and Challengers feature $3,000 cash back. Patriot has new 2023 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Laredos with $5,550 cash back. 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Limiteds in stock, $4,000 cash back. Yes, the best deal on a new vehicle is always at Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
We get to the top of the 6th inning. The McAlester Buffaloes trailing the Oktaha Tigers 8-1 against the McAlester Buffs. As again, want to mention, as we had the end of that last half inning, we did have the catcher Darren Ledford, who was phenomenal today. By the way, he has gone 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs. He ended up taking a line drive off the body in the previous half inning. He is a I say line drive. He had to have a hard foul ball that came off of him from behind home plate. And then did not return in the game. Again, we hope for the best for him. And dude's a heck of a player. And, hopefully he returns to the lineup pretty quickly for the Tigers. But up to the plate, looks like it's going to be the 6-hole batter, Kip Christian. First pitch at him is going to be cut on and missed for strike 1. Christian so far today, 2 for 3 with a 2 RBI double. As it is Parker Dusenberry in for his second inning of work. Buffalo's trailing 8-1 in the top of the 6th. The 0-1 going with the off-speed stuff there is Dusenberry out in front. The count moves to 0-2. So good start here to this at-bat for Dusenberry. He comes set. And the 0-2 pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss for strike 3. They'll have to throw down over to first. Booking it down the first base line is the runner Christian, but not in time as Gillespie guns him down for out number 1. That brings up Brody Sermon. Great start to the inning there for Parker Dusenberry. 3 pitches, 3 strikes.
You had him completely fooled there.
And that brings up Brody Sermon, now the catcher. Sermon is 1 for 2 with the hit by pitch, a single and a fly out to right. First pitch, a called strike. So Dusenberry, 4 consecutive strikes. Can he get a 5th? He officially will. It's going to be a pop-up over towards shallow right field. Stinchcomb calling off the right fielder and making the catch for out number 2. So that officially goes down in the scorebook as a strike. So that's 5 consecutive strikes here for Dusenberry to begin the top of the 6th. And now it'll be Braxton Casey up at the plate. And Nate, you said he's in right field now, right? Number 4?
Yes.
Here's the first pitch from Dusenberry. Curveball, and there's our first ball of the inning. Misses down low and outside. Casey so far is 1 for 3. He has grounded out to second, flown out to second, and has hit a double. So again, Stinchcomb, keep your head on a swivel. The 1-0 will be low outside, past Gillespie, count 2-0. Looks like the immediate threat of rain has kind of gone around us. So, again, good news for the foreseeable future in this game. The big chance of rain's happening around tonight at 11. And then it won't stop raining for a couple of days. The 2-0 misses up and inside, ball 3.
That's fine with me.
But the good news is if you're wanting to go catch baseball in Bixby on Friday, again, I was told that Bixby has a turf field. So if the rain is gone after Thursday, should have no problem getting that game in on Friday. Count 3-0 here for Braxton Casey. 2 down, nobody on. Top of the 6th, and now we have someone on. Fastball that's going to be up above eye level, and that'll be a 4-pitch walk to Casey. Bringing up Cannon Robinson to end the Tigers' 4th time through the lineup.
I can see we're not all the way back yet, but we're getting there, aren't we?
Talking about me
Yes.
trying to stop coughing?
Yes,
I was doing great for the first 5 innings, and then you speak a little bit too much, and then you start to get the cough back. Dusenberry delivers. First pitch, called strike. Over to Cannon Robinson. I'm glad to know that I'm not the only one dealing with, like, the change in the weather affecting your sinuses.
Oh, no.
It throws me off every year around this time. Usually knocks me out a couple of days, too. The 0-1, hard hit ground ball left side, once again into the gap to the left fielder Lauerman, who gets it in quickly and keeps it at only a single. So now officially 1 through 9, everyone's got a hit for the Tigers. As it's hit number 14 for them as they lead 8-1 to the top of the order we go. It'll be Dylan Walden, who is 1 for 3, a walk, fly out to first, triple, and a strikeout. So the lefty digs in with runners at first and second. Again, if it's 8 after 5, that's what the two coaches again agreed on in the meeting before. Then the winning run, if the Buffaloes don't score in the bottom of the 6th, is at second base. First pitch will be upstairs for ball 1, but the Buffaloes have been hitting the ball a lot better here. Like I said, the second time through the lineup. Had 3 hits after striking out 5 times the first time through. It would be the 2, 3, 4 batters up for the Buffaloes the next time up, which they will be guaranteed to time up at the bat no matter what happens here against Oktaha. Count 2-0.
One of the privileges of being the home team.
Runners at first and second. Dusenberry delivers the 2-0. We fouled off at the plate. The count moves now to 2 balls and 1 strike. And I didn't mention this because this is the first time that we are actually wearing this combination of uniform. This is probably my favorite uniform combination that the Buffaloes have right now.
Really?
I love the gold jerseys. I like the way they shine underneath the lights over here at Mike Deak Field. And I love the pinstripe pants as well. So it's a good uniform combination, especially with the hat that they're wearing today. Gold bills, black caps. I'm all for it. The 2-1 misses outside, and the count moves to 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitter's count here for Walden. So again, 3 balls, 1 strike. Dusenberry delivers upstairs, ball 4. And that will load the bases here for the Tigers. And a chance for them to put this into run rule territory. Really, no matter if it's 8 or 10.
Yeah.
Maddox Edwards is up at the plate. He is 2 for 2. He has laid down a sac bunt, 2 singles, and a walk. Has 1 RBI so far, but he has a chance to bring in some more.
I mean, if it's 8 after 5, winning runs at third.
If McAlester does not score. That's the first pitch. Misses. Not a bad spot, though, for Dusenberry.
Yeah, that's if McAlester didn't score. Winning run is at third. If it's 8, 10 is at first.
1-0 pitch. Misses upstairs, eye level. And now Coach Dixon's going to go speak with Dusenberry. We'll take a quick 30-second break and be back here on KNED.
Okay! Okay!
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
So Coach Dixon having a mound visit here with Parker Dusenberry of the Buffaloes. And I haven't seen anyone warm up at the McAlester bullpen, so this is Dusenberry's jam to get out of right here, it looks like. Bases loaded for the Buffaloes. 2 balls, no strikes to the 2-hole batter, Maddox Edwards. Again, with a chance to put the Tigers into run rule territory over the Buffs. With the bases juiced. Dusenberry pauses and delivers. Line drive right back from where it came from into the outfield turf. They're going to wave home run. Here comes the second one. Clark fires it into the cutoff man, Phillips, but not in time. It's a 2-run hard hit single by Maddox Edwards. And he continues to be perfect on the day. He's got 3 ribbies now. And like we said, if it is 8 after 5, that has put it at 9 runs now for the Tigers. And they're doing their damage here in the top of the 6th inning, all with, again, 2 down. Because it was 5 consecutive strikes for Dusenberry that led to a strikeout and then a fly out to second. And then we've gone walk, single, walk, and then 2 RBI single. Hunter Dearman up at the plate, 2 for 4 thus far with an RBI single. Runners at first and second. The first pitch to him, nice curveball, but can't fill the zone. That'll be ball 1. If you didn't know, Nate was just stretching there.
Sorry.
1 ball, no strikes. Dusenberry kicks and delivers. Another curveball, this time catching the letters. I thought that last one was a better spot, but that might be a makeup call. Count moves to even at 1 ball, 1 strike. And now that some of those showers went around us here in McAlester, the wind has started to die down again. Still blowing out to left center field, though. The 1-1. Hard hit, chopper towards the third baseman, Mullins. He went over to third base at first, now threw it late to second and threw it away. Goes into right field. Hodgel tries to gun down the runner at home. It's cut off by Phillips. At first, because it was off of a high hop, he grabbed it, tried racing over towards third base, but then realized he may not be able to beat the guy over to the bag. So then threw to the second baseman, Stinchcomb, late, and it was too far off to the right, and it sailed into the outfield. And that's error number 3 on the day for the Buffs. That makes it 11-1.
Now absolutely into run rule territory.
No matter if it is 8 or 10. It's the first pitch to the new batter. We don't have a number on him because he is the person that's replacing Darren Ledford in the lineup. No numbers on the front of the jersey, so we'll have to wait until whatever he does here in this at bat. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 down runner at first and third. Next pitch is going to fill the zone for strike 1. Count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. My dad once told me that playing baseball is a lot like driving. Indecisiveness kills. And you got to be able to make a decision right away. And then right there, Mullins knew what he wanted to do right away, but it was just, as his next pitch is going to be swung on and missed for strike 2, it is number 2 up at the plate. It's Hamilton for the Tigers. He knew what he wanted to do, but again, it was a big hop, and then the runner was booking it to third, and at the last second, he's like, I don't know if I can get him, and that's what led to the throw. The 1-2 pitch will bounce in the turf, and the count moves to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And again, Deuce is completely wild. 2 up at the plate, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with 2 runners on. 11-1, top of the 6th inning here. Tigers lead the Buffs. Dusenberry trying to get it out of the inning. And the pitch. Curveball that went over the head of Hamilton. The count now full at 3-2. It has been 3 consecutive innings of 3 runs here for the Tigers, and they're hoping for some more.
Sure 3s aren't wild?
3s are not. I guess they are a little bit wild here. It's Dallas Hamilton up at the plate. Next pitch. Misses outside, and he'll load the bases up again for the Tigers. Bringing up Tyler Allen, who is 1 for 3. He has walked, struck out looking, singled, and grounded out to short. 11-1 game here. Buffalo's trail just trying to get out of the inning right now. Dusenberry working out the stretch with the bases loaded and delivers. First pitch fills the zone for strike one. Again, as it is right now, if it's a 10 after 5, Buffalo's if they can keep it at a 10-run game, just needs to score 1 run to keep the game going. If it's 8, they'll have to score a few. The 0-1, pop up, center field. Clark will come in, get underneath it, make the catch, and that'll be out number 3. But for the third straight inning, the Tigers put up a 3 spot, and the Buffaloes have some work to do if they want to keep this game going. To the bottom of the 6th inning we go. Buffaloes trail 11-1 here on KNED.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Do you think this is far enough? Customers aren't going to be able to make that. Did you say further? No!
Come shoot for your TTNL during Fenton Madness and a lot closer than Morgan.
Have you ever thought about playing college basketball? Too easy. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at fentonnissan.com.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
And welcome back to Mike Deak Field here in beautiful McAlester, Oklahoma, where your McAlester Buffaloes trail 11-1 going into the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, the Buffaloes need some work if they want to be able to advance this game into the 7th. Again, if it is 10 after 5, they need just 1 run. If it is 8 after 5 in this game, like it is in a lot of non-district games, McAlester will need to score 3. They do have the heart of the order up, though. It'll be the 2, 3, 4 batters up for the Buffaloes. Spencer Stinchcomb, Caden Lesnow, and Ethan Gillespie. Buffaloes are now starting their 3rd time through the lineup. The Oktaha Tigers were in the middle of the 5th, again, as they have put up 15 hits in this game. They have been striking the ball well. We do have a new pitcher into the game for the Tigers, as the first pitch will be fouled off into the parking lot for strike 1. This Called the Bullpen is brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They offer over 18 major tire brands. See us in friendly Old Town or on jettire.net. Don't fret, call Jet. It is now Maddox Edwards moving from third over to the mound. As the next pitch will be a chopper down the third base line, staying foul over to where the previous pitcher, which is Tyler Allen, now resides. It's a straight switch from third over to the mound. We also had some switches as Braxton Casey is now in right field, and Dallas Hamilton moved from the bench earlier to second base. So those are all the defensive changes. And again, we don't know who number 5 is.
Yeah, he's playing first.
We checked in the other room, and that was not in the lineup. His name was not on the lineup, but he is playing first base. As here comes the 0-1 pitch. It was 0-2, rather. It was 0-1 on the scoreboard. That'll be strike 3 as Stinchcomb swings and misses. So the Buffaloes right now down to their final 2 outs. Lesnow, the DH today, is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. He's flown out to center. And then hit a hot shot for the only base run today for the Buffs. First pitch to Lesnow is going to be a called strike. Count 0-1. And now wind at a slight breeze towards the left field wall. 0-1 pitch. Fastball painting the black at 0-2. So Lesnow will get out of the box, dig back in. Into a rhythm here is Edwards, the 0-2 pitch. Line drive towards left center field. This one might land, and it will get into the gap and roll all the way towards the fence. Less now, rounding first towards second. Round second, going for third. Throw hits the cutoff man. Great scoop, throws to third, but not in time. It's a one-out triple for Caden Lesnow. And Lesnow, out of the DH spot or DH position today, 2 for 3. Now with half of the Buffaloes hits, and Ethan Gillespie with a chance to give McAlester a run here. He's 0 for 2 thus far today. He has grounded out to first unassisted and then struck out swinging. Wind up and the pitch. Popped up straight up the chute. Let's see who has it. Catcher chasing out after. He dropped it and hits off his glove. Not enough for the third baseman, or the runner at third, Lustow, to be able to advance, but that's going to go down as an E2. Sermon went up looking for it. Again, he's the replacement catcher here today for Ledford. He didn't turn his back towards the mound, and when it hit off his glove, he's already in fair territory, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. But just couldn't find the ball in time to be able to make the catch. That's an extremely hard play to make, way harder than it looks. And that puts runners at the corners here for the Buffs. Runner takes off for second. Sermon on the called strike can't control the transfer, and they'll put runners at second and third here for the Buffs. That will go down as a stolen base for Gillespie. Phillips 1 for 2. As now Sermon will go speak with the pitcher Edwards. Count 0-1 with 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Buffalo's trailing 11-1.
Think he was trying to get the defensive call there, or?
I think he might just also be looking for signs, too. With it getting a little bit darker, it can be harder to see. 0-1 can be fouled off at the plate. Now it's 0-2 here on Phillips. Because it was after a strike, I don't know if, and also that could be something where maybe the catcher got crossed up but still made the catch, and just clarifying things. Usually you don't see, the catcher come speak with the pitcher after a strike is called. The 0-2. Line drive right over to the second baseman off the hop. Grabbing it and throwing over to first in time is Hamilton, but that will score a run. And the Buffaloes are down 11-2. RBI ground out. What a shot by Phillips, though. And it's enough to be able to drive in a run, but that'll advance Gillespie from second over to third. And now with 2 down here for the Buffaloes in the bottom of the 6th inning, it's Gunnar Hodgel up at the plate. It's a 9-run deficit for the Buffaloes. First pitch to Hodgel. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. So again, as the Buffaloes have gone through this game, they've been making better contact against really good pitching from the Oktaha Tigers. The 0-1 will miss outside. Move the count to even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And they've struck out still, looks like 7 times today, but again, they struck out 13 times in their 15 outs in the second game yesterday. As here's a ground ball right back to the second baseman. Be fielded by Hamilton over to first in time for out number 3. And if it is 8 after 5, that is the game. If it's 10 after 5, it is not. Looks like the home plate umpire calls ball game, and that will be the final score. So the Buffaloes fall 11-2 in 6 innings against the Oktaha Tigers. We're going to take a break, and we're going to be having some post-game stats, and we return. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNED.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, Muskogee, and more. If you need propane, there's only one number to call. Winter will be here before you know it, so call today, 918-423-3121. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is ready to make a deal. All 22-year model Gladiators in stock offer $2,500 cash back. All 22 Chargers and Challengers feature $3,000 cash back. Patriot has new 2023 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Laredos with $5,550 cash back. 2- and 3-row Grand Cherokee Limiteds in stock, $4,000 cash back. Yes, the best deal on a new vehicle is always at Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Best Western Inn and American Inn Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American Inn are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn and Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford here in McAlester, and it is Truck Month, and I am so pumped. We haven't had a Truck Month in over 2 years because we just didn't have any trucks. But for this Truck Month, we have specially marked F-150s with 0% for 48 months or 0.9 for 60 on all 22 model F-150s or 3.9% on 23 model F-150s, plus a great selection of used. So come see us while supplies last at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in beautiful McAlester, and let us make it happen for you.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. Okay, Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma. The final score in our game today, 11-2 in 6 innings. The Oktaha Tigers take down the McAlester Buffaloes. 9 runs scored in 3 innings for the Tigers in the final 3 innings of today's game. They scored 3 in each in the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings, and that led to the McAlester Buffaloes falling today 11-2. Let's go ahead and look at our post-game stats brought to you by Beautiful Rooms Furniture. They offer brand-named high-end mattresses, including hybrids, sold at discount prices. Visit their showroom today for quality furniture at affordable prices. Let's start off with the visiting team, the 2A, third-ranked team in 2A, the Oktaha Tigers, that improved to 2-0 on the year. I believe winning in 2 run rules as they beat Central Salisaw yesterday as well. 1 through 9 looked like this. The DH Dylan Walden went 1 for 3 with a triple. Maddox Edwards went 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Hunter Dearman went 2 for 5 with an RBI. Darren Ledver went 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs before he exited the game with an injury once again, hoping for the best in his recovery. I don't know, the extent of his injury, but again, you never like to see a guy leave the game early. The guy that came in for him, Dallas Hamilton, he had a walk in his only plate appearance. Tyler Allen went 1 for 4. Kip Christian, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Brody Sermont went 1 for 3. Braxton Casey went 1 for 3. Cannon Robinson went 1 for 3. So all 1 through 9 Tigers had hits, and all batters that came up today for the Tigers reached base. Even the Dallas Hamilton, who did come up to the plate. So between Tyler Allen and Maddox Edwards, who pitched in the final inning for the Tigers, they struck out 7 McAlester batters. They walked only 1. There were 15 combined hits for the Tigers, and they only had 1 error. For the Buffaloes, who dropped to 3-2 on the season, Seth Sam went 1 for 3 with a single. Spencer Stinchcomb 0 for 2. Caden Lesnow went 2 for 3 with an RBI, including a triple. Ethan Gillespie went 0 for 3. Braden Phillips 1 for 3 with an RBI groundout. Gunnar Hodgel 0 for 3. Gannon Mullins 0 for 2. Jackson Lauerman 0 for 2. Jane Cheney 0 for 1. And Parker Dusenberry walked in his only plate appearance today. Jackson Lauerman is credited the loss today. Between him and Parker Dusenberry, the 2 Buffalo pitchers struck out 5 but gave up 7 free passes. There were 3 errors by the McAlester defense, 4 total hits for the Buffaloes. Final thoughts on this one before the Buffaloes take a couple of days. Again, they've only had 1 day off since the season began on Friday. They played 5 games now in 5 days. That's going to happen a lot this year, though.
Yeah.
But to start off the season like that, getting plenty of experience, getting plenty of looks against big-time pitching, some pretty good pitchers that they faced over the last few games. But able to have a couple of days of a break and then taking on Bixby on Friday. What are your final thoughts on this one?
Well, I'm just going to say schedule's not going to get any easier going here on out, going to Bixby on Friday. I mean, Bixby is good at pretty much every sport, if I'm not mistaken.
Seems like they are, yeah.
But, again, this is just a really good team they ran up against, and don't be surprised if you hear that they end up taking state at the end of the year.
And here's the thing, they're going for their first state title. So this is
Really?
what's wild. I mean, they've won the fall state championship in baseball before.
Right.
So they've won that twice, most recently back in 2017. But they have gone to 5 state title games in the last 16 years, but they're 0 for 5 in those games.
Wow.
They're looking for that first state title game. And you talked about how Bigsby is pretty much good at everything that they do. This team beat Bigsby last year. So
that's exactly what I'm saying.
So if you want to talk about how good Oktaha is, that's how good that's how good of a team McAlester played today. So I know that this is what it comes to in basketball. I like to say this too. It doesn't matter who you're facing in baseball. Any class from B up to 6A, you have teams that could beat any team when it comes to baseball on any given day, and Oktaha proving it today. Oktaha runs with anybody. Same way with Red Oak. I mean, Red Oak has year in, year out, a great team.
They are historically dominant.
So just because you see a class that's a few classes lower than what you have with 5A and 6A, it doesn't mean a dang thing because those guys can play ball, and Oktaha showed it today once again, defeating the Buffaloes 11-2 in run rule fashion. But the Buffaloes, there is some good news, obviously a lot of good to take from today as well. McAlester, like as we were mentioning, has been having a little bit of trouble with making contact with the ball and making the defense work a little bit more.
Didn't really see that today.
No, they made the defense work today. And the Buffaloes struggled the first time through the lineup, striking out 5 times, but for the remainder of the game only struck out twice.
Yeah.
So they adapted well to solid pitching from Tyler Allen and was able to put the ball in play. And when they started doing that, they started scoring some runs. They got a couple of runs late in the game. And, again, when you're not striking out and you're putting the ball in play, good things happen. And you're seeing it as the season's kind of going on a little bit more. I know that we're only into the 5th game, through the 5th game. But with a team that doesn't bring back a lot of at-bats from last season, you want a lot of that pitching. So it's a good thing that the Buffaloes have played 5 games in 5 days because the more pitching that you're seeing, the better that these guys are going to adapt, the better that they're going to be able to make contact, and the more runs that McAllister's going to score. So to be 3-2 now, facing against some pretty good teams. Again, Eufaula was a really good team in Class 3A last year. Obviously, Oktaha state runner-ups last year, lost 7-3 in the state championship game last year to Silo. And
Silo's another historically dominant team.
Midwest City was 1 game away from the state tournament last year. So they were a pretty good team last year as well.
And then you can go out and run rule them in the second half of the doubleheader.
So obviously 3-2, and you wanted to have a couple more wins. You wanted to be undefeated going into your first 5 games up towards Bigsby. But 3-2, when you're considering how many people that you replaced and how good your pitching has been up to this point,
and considering the opponents you've gone against, this would be like if you're looking at college. You know how they have the strength of schedule?
Right.
This would be in the top 10.
It's a pretty tough strength of schedule, and like I said, to have that at the beginning of the season, and you're about to face Bigsby too.
Yeah.
When you have that at the beginning of the season, it makes it to where you see tough pitching early, and then when you get towards the later parts of the year, you're well adapted to be able to face some of the tough pitching that district play is going to bring you as well, like you did with Midwest City. So can you thank our sponsors one final time, and we will call it a broadcast.
I'd like to thank the Bank N.A., Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Best Western American, Freedom Ford, OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, First Realty, and W. Alford Propane.
A big thank you to our board operators for today's game. You had Wyatt, the Cadillac kid that started us off, and then Austin Wheat went from our video board and brought you some entertainment in the first few innings to finishing off the broadcast today back over the K&D studios. We thank them for their hard work each and every game. And also for the final time here tonight from Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. In 6 innings, it was the Oktaha Tigers 11 and your McAlester Buffaloes 2. So until Friday, when the McAlester Buffaloes travel to Bigsby to take on the Spartans, on behalf of Nate Brown and myself, this is Brandon Green.